In partnership with Lighthouse Psychiatry, the City of Chandler presents a self-care series to promote positive mental health in our community. This is It's Okay to Not Be Okay.
Hi, this is Neil Holden with Lighthouse Psychiatry. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, professional therapist, and registered yoga teacher. Today we're going to be talking about yoga and somatic movement. So somatic movement comes with the idea that our body doesn't just tell the world how we feel, but it tells us how we feel. I'd like to give you an example. If I'm walking, my head's down, my shoulders are down, not only the people around me know that I don't feel well, that I might be depressed, but I'm actually telling myself, I don't feel well, I'm depressed. If I simply bring my chin up, bring my shoulders back and down, and my stomach in, so that I'm feeling powerful and erect, and my muscular system is now supporting my skeletal system, not only do I show the world that I'm confident, that I feel well, but my body starts to produce the chemicals that make me feel that way as well. So a lot of people will take medications to elicit dopamine, GABA, serotonin, these chemicals that naturally make us feel very well. Yoga and different somatic postures can do the same. So we can get a boost of emotional energy and physical energy by focusing on our breath and focusing on our postures. So we have 4 yogis here today at various levels of doing yoga. Some are more advanced. Some were like, what's yoga? Sure, I'll do it. So Patty is newer to yoga. She's going to be demonstrating modifications for people who aren't at an advanced level of doing yoga. You can focus on what Patty's doing for the modifications and then work your way up. Alyssa's going to be doing the advanced. When I say advanced, she's got some postures I might not be able to do. The goal is to work towards that. So I might give instructions like, suck your belly button into your spine. You can't actually suck your belly button into your spine, but that's what you're going for to achieve the proper posture. So just remember, as you try this at home, and that's what this is designed for, is that you can rewind it, you can play it, and you can use this as your actual workout. Just remember to give yourself grace. This is new to you. There's a couple uses for this sequence. If you're newer on your fitness journey, then this sequence is going to be something you can use as your actual workout. If you are more advanced at your fitness level, you can do the warm-up, do your regular exercise routine, and then you can use this yoga sequence to stretch your muscles afterwards. Just a word of caution, you always want to do the stretching stuff like yoga after the intense muscular work. So if you're lifting weights, lift weights, then do the yoga, not the other way around. Without further ado, we're going to begin our sequence. If the yogis can stand up, and we're going to start with a warm-up. So our feet are hip-width distance apart. Our thighs are tight. Stomach in, space between the ribs and hips. Shoulders down away from the ears. Palms facing front. Arms long. This is mountain pose. Take a couple breaths and just focus on what your body's doing. The benefits of yoga come from mindfulness, by focusing on the here and now. And a good way to do that is to feel your breath and to feel the muscles. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. This next one starts the same. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive over the invisible beach ball. Hands towards the mat. Inhale, hands on knees or shins. Exhale, curve the back, slowly roll back up into mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, hands on shins or knees. Exhale, curve the spine and roll back up. Continue at that pace with the inhale. Exhale, dive down, hands and knees gently to the mat in tabletop position. Wrists are directly under the shoulders, knees are directly under the hips. We're going to do cat and cow to stretch our spine. Inhale, head up, tail up, belly down. Exhale, head down, tail down, belly up. Inhale, head up, tail up. Exhale, head down, tail down. Continue at that pace. We're warming up the spine, giving the spine a stretch upwards and backwards, front and back. Return to neutral spine. We're going to do bird dog where we alternate. Left arm out, right leg out, parallel to the ground. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, elongate, stretch out. Exhale, compress, elbow to knee. Continue like that. We do 5 each side. Both hands on the mat, switch sides. Inhale, elongate. Exhale and compress. The goal of this is nothing moves except your hands and your legs, your arms and your legs. We transition to runner's lunge. Left leg steps forward, body upright. The knee is directly above the ankle, and then the other knee is directly below the hip. Hands in prayer position. Inhale, stretch the spine up, bring the elbows gently up, hands gently down, stretching the wrist. Exhale, reverse prayer position. Very gentle on your wrist here. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And switch legs. This one, we're going to interlock our fingers. Left arm up, right arm down. Inhale. Exhale, alternate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That concludes the warm-up portion. Now we're going to go into the posture sequence, starting with hero's pose. I recommend starting off with a block. We do not want to hurt our knees. If you don't have a yoga block, you can use a rolled-up blanket, a rolled-up towel. Our knees are together, feet spread just far enough to fit the hips in between. Listen to your knees and don't go too far. If you're more advanced, then you can go without a yoga block and let your sits bones touch the ground. Hands on your knees. Inhale and lengthen your spine. And exhale. And just keep elongating that spine with each inhale. On this exhale, remove the blocks. Knees stay together, feet come together for rabbit pose. It's a loose grip with the fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside of your feet or shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chin to chest, tuck down, bring your head to the mat, top of head towards the mat. Lift the hips up to straighten the arms. Tighten your grip so that your arms go straight. Shoulders away from your ears. This is going to counter what a lot of us experience with getting tightness from a keyboard or a mouse in that shoulder area. As you lift your hips and you pull on your heels or feet, you start to stretch the upper back. On the exhale, open your knees for child's pose. Knees open up about 12 to 18 inches, depending on your girth. Bring your forehead towards the mat. Rest the forehead on the mat, arms out long. If you want more stretch, tighten and lock the arms, and then bring the hands closer together. We take a few breaths here. Then we rise up into a crescent back bend. So our hips come off of our heels, so we're standing on our knees. The knees stay apart, feet together, arms up towards the sky. Inhale, get long. Exhale, start to look backwards, hips forward. Bring our hands back to the mat into tabletop position. Press into a cat to curve your spine just to counter that. And then we're going to go into reclining pigeon. Left knee to left hand, left foot to right hip. If this is what you've got, this is what you've got. Well, I want you to tighten your right glute and press your hip towards the floor to stretch your hip flexor muscle. If you've got more, you stretch the leg out far behind you. Bring your elbows to the mat, head to the mat. And then if you've got more, you can bring your arms out long, pressing the right hip towards the ground to stretch the psoas. We transition to classic pigeon. The lower body stays the same. The upper body comes up, hands on either side of your mat, eyes of elbows facing forward, shoulder blades in, gaze slightly up. This is one of my absolute favorite postures. I just feel very regal in this posture. It's a very safe and strong feeling. The next is king pigeon. Right hand reaches back for right foot. If you're not able to grab the right foot, then just reach behind you. And if you don't have that flexibility, you can stay in classic pigeon. The full expression would be the heel touching the hip. On your inhales, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, focus on facing forward, also stretching the shoulder. Gently let go of the leg. Back to tabletop position. And we do the other side. Right knee to right hand. Foot towards the hip. And then if you've got more, you stretch the leg back behind you. Elbows come down. Forehead comes down. And then if able, stretch the arms long. As you become more comfortable with this posture and you want to increase the challenge, you start with your foot further away from your hip, which is going to give you more stretch in the other hip. Transition to classic pigeon, torso up, lower body stays the same, hands on either side of the mat, eyes of elbows face forward, gaze slightly upwards, and just feel this. If able, left hand reaches for left foot or left shin. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look forward, stretching the shoulder, bringing the foot closer to the hip. If you're not able to reach, you can try using a belt or a yoga strap. That would be just below your foot at the ankle to pull it in. And gently come out. Leave your right knee and right sits bones on the ground. Bring your left foot, the heel in front of the right knee for spine twist. Left hand reaches back as a kickstand. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, bring the arm over the knee. And you're going to ultimately try to grab your knee, your mat, your shin, or just push against there. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, look over your shoulder behind you. You're going to press your arm into your knee to give you a little more twist, pressing the hand into the ground. This is another one with shallow breathing. Slowly and gently come back out of that posture and switch legs. Left leg is down, right heel to left knee. Right arm behind you for the kickstand. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arm over the knee. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, look over your shoulder behind you. And gently release. Left leg extends out front, so the right leg stays over the left leg with the knee bent. And this is our knee hugging pose. Right hand grabs right knee. Left hand grabs the shin, and we pull our leg as close as we can into the body. And just give yourself a little love. Gently release. The ladies in the middle, if you can turn around. And we're going to go into Plow Pose. Back flat on the mat, knees into the chest. If this is what you've got, then this is your Plow Pose. If you're able, straighten your legs. And if you're able to go further, bring the toes behind you, and the full expression will be that your toes touch the ground behind you. This is a very good stretch for your spine. Advanced posture will be that you clasp your fingers together and you pull your fingers away from you. You pull your heels away from you, giving the upper back and the middle back a stretch. Slowly lower the legs down straight in front of you. Inhale, arms reach overhead behind you for the ground. Exhale, sit up or come up if you're unable to do a sit-up. Bend your knees. We're going to stretch the plantar fascia. This will help prevent plantar fasciitis for you runners. The palm of the hand comes over top of the toes, grabbing the full hand over the toes. The toes pull downward so that they're curled. If this is what you've got, this is what you've got. If you're able to go further, you slowly and gently stretch your legs until they're straight, continuing to pull the toes down. Slowly release. We're going to change grips to stretch the hamstrings. You can grab your shins, your knees, legs straight. You reach your head down towards your knees. And then if you're able, you bend your elbows and pull your head closer to your toes as they pull down towards your shins. Focus on the breath. Focus on what you feel stretching. Gently release, and we transition to gentle pose. Soles of feet come together as close to your body as you can comfortably bring them. Make a basket with your fingers and grab your toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine and pull on the toes. Exhale, bring the knees closer towards the ground. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and stretch. Transition to crow, and we're going to have a couple variations of crow. Hands out in front of you, elbows bent. The shins come to the tricep. And balance as you breathe. And yes, this is a difficult posture. This is getting that GABA built up, the endorphins built up by a little bit of a strain. And then we step our legs back into plank position. And this is going to give us more of that workout. Plank position, our wrists are directly underneath our shoulders, feet hip width distance apart. You're curling your pelvis slightly so that you're engaging your abdominals. If you're not able to stay on your feet, then you just bring it to your knees. And for full engagement of your abdominal muscles, you want to bring the palms of your hands, you're pressing them as though they were coming towards your feet. Like if you had wheels on your hands would actually move towards your feet. But since that's not the way we are, they stay that way. And transition side plank, left hand down, right arm up. And if you're unable to keep your hand on the ground, then we go to the elbow. The hip comes up if able. Back to center. The other arm comes up. We look towards the fingertips, hips towards the sky. Back to center. Downward dog. From plank position, the hips rise up. You bring your heels down towards the mat. Transition to warrior one. Left leg steps forward between the hands. Balance the body and then rise your arms up. Transition to warrior two. The body comes forward, left knees bent, arms are long. Reverse warrior, left arm comes up, right arm comes down, either on your thigh or you can wrap behind your back. Feeling that side stretch. Back to warrior two, arms are long. Back to warrior one. Right leg steps forward to meet left leg. Hands on the ground. Bring the other leg back. Rise the body up into warrior one. Warrior two, arms long. Looking over the right shoulder. reverse warrior, warrior 2, warrior 1. Left leg steps forward to meet right. Inhale, arms overhead, standing tall. Exhale, dive down towards the mat. Inhale, hands on shins. Exhale, curl the spine, return to mountain pose, and take a few breaths. Tighten the legs, tighten the glutes, suck the abs in. And we end in Savasana. We gently lay our backs on the mat, feet together, arms in close to the body. If you have flexible hips, your toes will spread out, palms up. This is our still meditation. This is the gift back to your body. Thank you so much for joining us in this yoga experience. Feel free to rewind, watch it, do it, and love yourself. Thank you.